Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, and I thought today we would discuss something that I've seen a lot in the comments, and that is your local shops putting the screws to customers when it comes to parts. So, just to set the record straight of what is really actually taking place, you have your shops. And if you're a warranty shop for Briggs, Tecumseh, Honda, the whole gauntlet of them, then you're required to sell so much in parts for each manufacturer that you carry warranty with. And in order to get into business with them and become that, you have to buy, like with Honda, you have to buy so many engines. Each one of them is like so many units and X number of dollars in parts. And then if you're going to be doing warranty work on their equipment, it has to be OEM from the manufacturer's distributor parts being put on that machine. And then you have the level 2. The level 2, I call it, is where the machine is out of warranty. And now you have the option of going with OEM or aftermarket parts. And two of the leading aftermarket parts companies that I know of are Stens and Rotary. They too have their price structure for parts, which are a considerably less amount than what the OEMs are, but they're still not cheap. I mean, your dealers, your shop owners, if they're ordering the parts, there's not a huge markup, because if you ever look at a lot of these, they will give you what the dealer cost is, and then they will show you what normal list price is. And yes, there are some shops that sell at list price, but that's never been more than a 15% markup on parts. Okay? There's less of a markup on parts when it comes to OEMs. It's usually 8 to 10% between what the OEM manufacturer says is your cost and what the list price is that your customer is going to pay. Now we have the third level. The third level is Chinese sellers selling direct to anybody that has the money to buy them. And they are being sold on your online venues, your eBay, Amazon. But with these parts down here, I don't know of any dealers that are buying it at Chinese prices and marking them up to aftermarket or OEM prices. I saw a number of comments, well, the customer finally figured out that the shops have screwed them for years with marking them up, 200%. No, your shop owners also got caught in the middle, because they've been doing business with the OEM and aftermarket distributors for years. And a lot of them didn't know how, to be honest with you, and didn't trust the Chinese sellers to order the parts and bring them into the shops. Could there be shops out there that are buying at the Chinese level, which is usually about a tenth of what OEM is, and then charging the customer that? Could be, but they won't stay in business long, I can tell you that much. We've never made a lot of money off parts. When I was doing the online with 5 marketplaces and our own website, we were doing volume. It wasn't the markup. It was the amount of volume of parts going out the door. And that's the other thing, with doing volume with our distributors, they had tiers or levels. And the more you bought from them per year, the higher the tiers are. And we were at the top tier for the parts because we were moving so many parts. So we were getting them for a lot less than your normal shop owner was getting them. And that was where we could make up for the profits. And the other exception was when we were selling on these venues, eBay and Amazon wanted free shipping to their customers. And in order to do it that way, we had to figure that into the cost of doing business. So we had to take that part and what it would cost to ship it first class, UPS, FedEx, what have you. And that's where we came up with a price per part, so that we weren't losing our tails with selling online. Meaning we did make 5-10% markup, but the overall volume allowed us to do it. And that was with strictly OEM and aftermarket parts. We didn't have the Chinese sellers selling to us. We were buying direct from our distributors and then reselling them at a 5-8% markup on most stuff. And then we also if we marked it up higher than that, then we included it with free shipping to our customers anywhere in the U.S. And then the global market, we were able to use eBay as they had a system where we could ship it to a warehouse and then it'd be repackaged and shipped to either Australia, wherever. But we never made that much money per part. It was the volume. I don't know of too many shop owners that are charging full list. I assume there's some out there. And I don't know of any shop owners that are buying from the Chinese online and then repairing them and then charging the customer what list price would be on the aftermarket or the OEM. What I do know that's continuing to happen is that the shop owner is still buying from their distributor for the OEM and the aftermarket parts. And they're paying 8 to 10 times more than what the Chinese are selling it for direct to the consumer. It's not that they're buying at what the Chinese are selling at. They're buying at something it's 10 times more for them, the shop, through their aftermarket distributors and their OEM distributors. But with that comes, they stick with it because the OEM and the aftermarket companies that are selling the parts to the dealers, they give warranties on the parts. And some will actually give also labor. So if it's defective, they cover the cost to take out the old one, put in the new one, and move forward. Where with the Chinese, you're on your own. And don't blame it on your dealers. The majority of your dealers and repair shops are not marking up their prices very much. And when you talk to a shop owner like myself, And you have to discuss, why are you charging X number of dollars for your hourly labor? It's going to depend upon how much overhead that company has. Well, you can say that it's not fair to you if the company has a lot of overhead. That why should you pay more money for their overhead? Location, location, location. That's all I can tell you. Because as you get closer to the city, you have more regulations. Your property values are more expensive to buy. Your taxes are going to be a lot higher on that shop. You're going to have a lot of overhead, in just trying to keep pace. And that's not even counting employees if you have employees. The bigger shops that you're seeing survive are the ones that are surviving on warranty work. The smaller shops are going to the wayside. And we can say that that's progress. But please do not misinterpret that as being that we as shop owners were raping our customers. Because that does bother me a lot. Because all the customers we've had over the years, we've turned them into friends. And we've done a lot of, free work where customers we knew didn't have a lot of money, but needed their mower fixed, paying it forward. I worked with a lot of our customers where they made payments over time. And I think the majority of your shop owners are doing the same thing. Because we as shop owners know that if we don't treat our customers right, they aren't going to stay. Why should they? I wouldn't. If I wasn't being treated fairly, I don't care if you're the only shop in town. If you don't treat me right, I'm not going to be there. I'll figure out something different. So I'm just going to wrap this up, with a number of comments that, we as shop owners have taken advantage of our customers is simply not true. Is simply not the case. Look at the 3 levels: OEM, aftermarket, Chinese. And then look at the overhead, and then look at the location of where that shop is. See, with me, I own everything. It's all bought and paid for. I don't have any debt on it. So I keep my overhead low. Other shop owners that have gotten into the business in the last 8-10 years, they may have a mortgage on their business, on the property they bought to have their business. Or they could be paying a high lease amount for that area to work out of. All right, so enough of that. You guys, you have a great day, and you shop owners, keep up the good work. I know you're doing the good work. All right, talk to you in the next video.